All right, let us now get an update on the situation in Westbury. We, of course, get in touch with a reporter, Hitekani Magwedze, who is at the scene. Hitekani, good afternoon to you once again. Well, from what we see behind you, it looks like it's relatively quiet, just rubble on the roads. Talk to us about the situation now, since we last spoke to you in the previous hour.
Well, good afternoon again, Palesa, and to the viewers. We are still here on Fuel Road in Westbury. It's still quite, it is quite calm at the moment, but I must tell you the confrontations between the police and the community members who've been throwing stones since early this morning have moved on up the street. You can see the street is quite barricaded going up there. There are community members who've gone up there with the police as well. We've heard rubber bullets and echoes of stud grenades going off from up there, and it seems the confrontations between the two have moved on into or up the road. But here to just give us a clearer view from a perspective of a community leader and pastor in the area is Pastor Eugene Wheats. Pastor, welcome to SABC. Now, first and foremost, from your perspective as a community leader, what are the main gripes and issues that the community is struggling with?
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. The main challenges within our community is people just want calmness because of the shooting and the drug-related issues that's been happening, that's been repeated overly at community forums, community meetings, and the shooting that's been happening, innocent people that have been shot and shooted. And we are just asking for SABC also not to involve themselves, which has been happening. And these wrong elements needs to be removed and put justice people that come and doesn't side with the wrongdoers and just do their job. And that's what the community asks. We don't want to name and shame and say that one and that one. We all know who's the culprits. We all know, because I've been saying my whole life in this community. We have seen how people have been killed. We have seen a lot of good things and bad things. Our community are beautiful. We have a beautiful people. But the things that's been happening really upset us.
Now, these allegations that you're talking about, that I hear you trying to shy away from, but yes, there are allegations that the police members and police officers are involved with the gangs. Are they allegations, or are they things that you yourself as a community leader have witnessed? Can you tell us that this is true, that police are siding with gang leaders?
Yes, it is true. I mean, they do it openly. I'm staying just down here. You see a police van, they just come and do their pickups. We see it. We see it. But what we fail to do is to take photos and video record them. We fail to do those things. So I'm not shying away. So what I'm saying, as a community leader, these things are true. You can speak to anyone within the community that understand what's been going on. At our community meetings, these things have been shouted. The top dog in the police forum understand and knows. They know. There are community meetings at Sapphire Town. Unfortunately, most of my time I'm at work, and some of these meetings happen during the day. But as a pastor, our families within our churches, one of our ladies, her son was shot within her own yard. And that actually, it's not nice to see a mommy cry and to go and witness such things. I feel it as a pastor, as a family man, and also as people that comes to your church and they have been affected by this shooting. We go to the hospital, we pray. And some of the SABC guys have been kind to me. They have allowed me, they have escorted me into these wards and said, leave pastor, let him go through, and so forth. I'm also a radio presenter here at the local station, Kofifi FM. But however, we voice out. We don't like what we see.
Now, Pastor, just lastly, the the clashes between the police and the community members, of course, started on Friday. And we do understand they were sparked because of that shooting that took place allegedly by crossfire with gangsters in the area. Have you been having meetings to understand or to direct this protest that's going on? Or is it still within the community leader control, or has it gone off beyond your control at the moment as things stand at the moment?
Honestly speaking, things currently go beyond our control, and you only have so much jurisdiction and so much control. But there is now plans put in place to say, how can we resolve this after the stone throwing, after everything that has come down? We as a community still going to sit with the challenges, and we are still the people that's going to run around. My main concern is our schools. If people killing and shooting in front of schools doesn't respect our children anymore, and giving so much power to the wrongdoers, I mean the drug dealers and so forth, we can't sit back and say, let him just go on and control and be powerful. Power belongs to God. Only God has the right to say, yes, up until you live and so forth. But no one has the right to say, alom edi game it so say, no. We want people, and we are a community that are fearless, but we don't want to take the law in our own hands. We want the law to come and do its job properly. Then this would not have been happened, because there were many meetings that have been called to ask for safety for the leaders and SABC to come in, and where SABC guys are. And people even name their names to say these are the guys at SABC that are involved.
Lastly, Pastor, just briefly, you can see the situation is out of control. What is it that you, as community leaders, are doing to assist SABC to bring the situation under control again? We have seen young people and kids getting shot at, being hit by stray stones and such. Is there anything that you're doing at the moment as community leaders to work with the police?
Yes, there have been, like I said, some earlier and also a few months ago, there was a meeting called by SABC, our brigadier, and these things have been discussed for the community leaders and the religious leaders within the community. So there has been action taken. Unfortunately, it has escalated now to this point, which is beyond our control. But there is also plans, but this that happened was happening since what happened last week Thursday and so forth and onwards. So this also angered the community, but we earlier had a meeting as well, and to say after the stone throwing and all these things, the cameras and everything is gone, we still need to put plans in place to help our people with the help of the authorities. We can't do it alone. And as leaders, we cannot do so much. As spiritual leaders, we cannot do so much. As parents, we cannot do so much. As a chairman of a school, I can't just do that much with the authority that the school and the school governing body allow us. But we are saying it affects our schools, it affects our community, it affects our churches, it affects our families. We are really affected by this illness of ill discipline what's been happening within our community. So I call on the community, I call on parents actually. It's only parents. If your son doing drugs, if your son is doing all these things, speak out, discipline him like the old people did. So all I'm asking, let's get back to the basics and serve God.
Right. Thank you very much, Pastor, for talking to us. Well, that was Pastor Wheats. Of course, he is also a community leader in the area, talking about how they're calling on the community, they're calling on parents and really the entire community to assist in bringing this to an end. He did admit, however, that the situation has gone beyond the control of the community leaders, and they are calling on, of course, law enforcement to assist as they are currently doing, Baleza.
All right, Hitekani, thank you so much. Well, many thanks to our reporter there, Hitekani Magwedze. You can tell us there is school holidays with the little ones, of course, close to Hitekani there. This, of course, is a developing story that we're keeping a very close eye on here on the SABC News, so we'll surely be crossing back to him in a short while.